For decades, Canada has been one of the safest and most welcoming countries in the world for Jews. But according to a new national study, that sense of security is beginning to disappear. The Canadian Jewish Barometer surveyed more than 3,000 Canadian adults and compared public attitudes today with those recorded in 2024. And its findings are alarming. The study found that attitudes towards Jews have become significantly more negative over the past 2 years, and attitudes toward Israel have declined even more dramatically. The research also found a strong relationship between attitudes toward Israel and attitudes towards Jews. This means those, for example, with more negative views of Israel also tended to hold more negative views of Jews. That doesn't mean every criticism of Israel is automatically anti-Semitic. It's important to note that disagreeing with Israeli government policies is legitimate. Israel is a democracy and debate is part of its political culture. The problem begins when that criticism is used to justify hostility, hatred, or anti-Semitism toward Jewish people. Because that hostility follows Jewish students into classrooms. It follows Jewish employees into their workplaces. And it follows Jewish families to synagogues, community centers, and even their own homes. There's a big difference between criticizing Israel and denying its right to exist or holding it to standards not applied to any other country. And expecting Jewish Canadians to publicly denounce Israel simply because they're Jewish in order to be accepted isn't ordinary political criticism. It's discrimination. No Canadian should have to pass a political purity test just to participate in public life. For generations, Canada proved that Jews could build thriving lives in the diaspora while maintaining a deep connection to Israel. But that relationship is now being treated as suspicious, and Jewish Canadians are feeling the consequences. Canada's leaders must stop pretending that anti-Israel extremism and anti-Semitism exist in completely separate worlds, because in truth, they don't. This study isn't simply documenting changing opinions. It's a warning to our leaders about where our country could be headed if these trends continue unchecked. Canadian Jews should never be forced to choose between being proudly Canadian, proudly Jewish, and proudly connected to Israel. They have every right to be all three.
We've seen more hate in recent years than ever before directed at our community. And it's not just a Jewish issue, this is an issue for all Canadians.